We have a great truck driver here, 35 years experience, definitely appreciate you for moving America. A lot of drivers have asked me to talk about this, because this is very important. I've had so many friends that they are close to losing their CDL because they can't get their blood pressure down, right? So one of the big questions is, where is it at now since the 2015 handbook to the 2024? And the answer is you should be at or less than 140 over 90. Okay. And if you're not, then you're going to have some issues with that. And from there, for the first time, they're going to give you a 1 year. After that, 3 months. After that, you can't take care of things. They're going to take away your CDL.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. This TikTok is going to be a little lengthy because I've got something very, very important to say to my trucking family. Most of you know, I'll have been driving over the road for 35 years. Yes, it's an accomplishment. Yes, I've lost a lot of time in life, but that's trucking. It's not a job. It's a lifestyle. It's who I am. It's what I am. I'm a trucker. This last Monday, I had to take my DOT physical. The doctor disqualified me because my blood pressure was 152 over 84. It's not high in regular standards, but the new FMCSA standards, it's unacceptable. They've dropped the blood pressure recommendation yet again that it has to be below 140 over 84 to stay qualified.
I want to talk about this right here because this is always a big one, right? We always talk about FMCSA and regulations and how all of these things are against truck drivers. But the biggest one that I think that has been taking out truck drivers and owner operators faster than anybody else is your high blood pressure. I've had so many friends, so many truck drivers that have been driving for so many years that over the years, just high blood pressure. You got to watch that blood pressure. A great driver, 35 years. Thank you, brother. Bama _ Daz actually makes this video and talks about how after 35 years, he's getting disqualified from his doctor for failing his medical, right, physical. So this is what it is, right? He states here, Rick writes, January of this year, it was still anything under 140 -90, 140 over 90. When did this change? Bama wrote 140 over 84 now. I just want to make a correction to this because I am looking at the medical report. And, I'm sure that's where his doctor would like him at. But here it is, the Medical Examiner's Handbook for 2024 edition. And on page 26, going into page 27, it reads, high blood pressure regulation. A person is physically qualified to drive a commercial motor vehicle if that person has no current clinical diagnosis of high blood pressure likely to interfere with his or her ability to operate a commercial motor vehicle safely. Certification examination should be done annually, therefore, and should be at or at least less than 140 over 90. So it looks like 140 over 90 is still the rule. If less than 160 over 100, but greater than 140 over 90 at the subsequent examination, the individual may be given a one-time certification of 3 months to reduce the blood pressure to less than or equal to 140 over 90. So, I'm sure your doctor might want it a little bit lower than that just to be, sure and healthy. You guys can read into this here, but 140 over 90, right? So Mutha Truckers, comment down below, but 100%, we got to take care of our health. Vision, hearing, still all important parts of medical, but the blood pressure part is starting to get to a lot of the owner operators that have been in the game for a long time. Even myself, I struggle with weight loss, right? And just too much sugar, just too much junk food, right? And, I don't want to call it an excuse, but, sometimes it's just so fast to get something off that roller. You know what I mean?
Mega carriers know that old school drivers, a majority of us, are owner-operators. And mega carriers also know that the biggest threat to their pile of money that they're making is owner-operators. So with them having mega money as well as mega amount of trucks, they don't feel the hurt like us owner-operators are feeling right now. With these rates, they're pathetic. I'm struggling. I haven't struggled like this in 35 years. This last year and a half has been the worst time I've ever had trucking. And the rates are just going to keep going down. They're trying to choke us out. That's exactly what they're trying to do. It's not the stock market. It's not anything else. When you stop and think about it, the limiters that are coming on the truck, the lady that was over the federal transportation department, nobody knows if she was fired, if she quit. They just know that she's gone, and she was the one that was against putting limiters in trucks. Well, this new guy that's in Washington has brought the limiters back up, and I'm following pretty close, and they're pushing for 60 miles an hour. If you think the interstates are a cluster right now, wait. If it passes and all us trucks got to do 60 miles an hour, there's going to be rolling roadblocks everywhere. You really need to follow up on FMCSA. And since I've been doing a lot of studying, I'm lucky. My best friend and I, we team drive. Yes, we have our moments, but the wheels are always turning. He's on his way to Colorado right now. So I'm under medical direction with my VA doctor. And that's one thing I tried to tell this doctor. FMCSA, if you have a medical condition, it can be waived if you're under medical direction. This doctor didn't understand what I was saying. The doctor looked at me and said, look, I've got a government agency that's got their boot on the back of my neck. I've got to disqualify you. That's all there is to it. And he said, just stay in this room. The nurse will come back and tell you what to do next. That was it. $125 down the toilet just to take my CDL away from me. Well, to take my driving privilege away. But the FMCSA knows that I'm royally pissed. The state of Alabama is giving me till June 25th, I think. And my doctor has changed my blood pressure medication. So we'll see what happens. But I'm not giving up. I'm far from giving up. I'm losing weight. I feel better than I have in many, many years. I've got 2 brand new titanium knees. And I'm not ready to give up trucking. I'm not. And for you younger and newer drivers, us old school drivers set the pace. We've eaten more shit over the last 20 plus years than you could ever possibly fathom. Why don't you spend an entire week driving your truck with no cell phone, no GPS, nothing electronic except for a cassette player, an AM/FM radio, and a road atlas. And let's see how far across the country you get. Because I can tell you right now, us old school drivers, if you give us an AM/FM stereo and a road atlas, we'll still be trucking our asses right on down the road. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Love y'all. My trucking family.